The highly anticipated Star Wars series The Acolyte kicked off this week with a 2-episode premiere. With it, we received a few new themes that I'll discuss and the beginning of what seems to be a promising series. This is Star Wars Music Analysis.
Do it.
Low strings begin the series as we read the opening script. The lows immediately set a tone for something dark and serious. The descending major third is something that Star Wars fans will immediately recognize as the first movement in Vader's theme as well, further adding to a darkness. The lows drop from there until the violins enter with a shivering tremolo. The horn enters next with a very odd theme, which at this point we don't have a designation for. But hearing it at the beginning signals to our brains to keep an ear out for it later. But this is a really strange melody that I want to pause early on and discuss. We begin on E and then descend by a half step. So far, the half step is creepy, but it's not anything out of the ordinary. But it does give us the impressions that we are in C sharp minor, moving from the third scale degree to the second. However, from there we drop to G sharp, the fifth, and then a G natural, and this is the weird note. A lowered fifth is a very unstable note in a tonal scale. Here, that repeated descending half step moves us out of a world of expectation and into a nauseous uncomfortability. It was at this very early moment that composer Michael Abels had us in his grip, right where he wanted us, already unsure of what would come next. The melody then leaps up to B before dropping to a low E, the same tone we began on but down an octave, but it doesn't feel like a resolution in any way as the harmony over top and underneath have shifted now, leaving us in a state of unease. As the scene opens though, the music shifts with light drums in the background to help set the tone for this rural backwater settlement. As the mystery figure enters the cantina, the beginning of that theme from the opening returns. It reminds us to be on guard. The tension continues as the mystery figure tells Master Indara to attack her. It continues even as the crowd laughs because the music has left unresolved, holding that tension where it left it. The percussion return as the mystery figure, it gives a feeling of tribal ritual as she does, while also feeling lighthearted in a way as other instruments remain unused. The drums pantomime the fight as it pauses with the paused motions of the two battling. And I have to say, this fight scene was a beautiful beginning to this series. By avoiding something that just instantly showed a Jedi lighting up their laser sword, it demonstrated the restraint and control that these Jedi would have had while offering a chance to showcase beautiful choreography and movements. The strings begin to enter next, followed by the brass as the fight intensifies. The music continues to enter in bursts, just like the choppy attacks and movements of the fight. As Master Indara disarms the assassin, the theme from the beginning enters again. This time, it's the second half, answering the first half from when she first entered the cantina. As the fight gets more serious, Master Indara ignites her lightsaber, summoning the brass to full strength as well. But as she lowers it, the music softens with her. The soft sound of the dagger penetrating Master Indara is accompanied by just a simple but nervous string tremolo. The brass return, but this time as a sad chorale accompanying the oncoming death of the Jedi Master. A single field drum enters as well with a steady beat to complete the funeral march for Master Indara. As the assassin approaches the bartender, her theme, which by now has directly associated itself with her, enters again with tremolo strings before leading way to the title card and another brief occurrence of this theme. As Osha and Felix begin working on the shield generator for the Trade Federation ship, string tremolos move us between chromatic MIDI chords. It adds a dreamy weight to the large ship as they travel over it. As the Jedi Vector flies into view, the horns take up a very light theme that I'm curious to see if it will come back or not.
Jedi?
As Jord speaks to Osha about her past, music re-enters. A theme enters in the horn that begins with an ascending perfect fifth before moving in calm steps.
Your mothers, your sister, your village all died in the fire before Master Soul brought you into the Jedi.
The tone of the music changes quickly as he tells her that Master Indula was killed. The theme enters once more with a different rhythm as Osha says that leaving the Order was her decision alone. As the transport ship leaves, music reminiscent of the segues that brought us to Coruscant during the prequel trilogies enters. I don't know if anyone else caught this, but this is a great reference to music John Williams also used for announcing Coruscant.
There's Chancellor Valorum's shuttle. And look over there. Senator Palpatine is waiting.
As Soul teaches the younglings how to meditate and commune with the Force, light strings and harp enter to demonstrate peace and calm.
It's weight. It's stillness. It's uncertainty.
The French horn enters next to demonstrate nobility.
Life.
Excellent.
The sound quickly shifts though as one of the younglings sees fire, foreshadowing a danger to come. The strings also foreshadow in this moment as they subtly play the Assassin's theme, but as Soul redirects the concern, the strings return to stable harmonies. Osha's theme plays as he and Vernesta then speak about Osha.
There must be some mistake.
As the prisoners begin their escape plan, the music swells quickly into brass attacks. Being accompanied by attacks on the xylophone gives a further John Williams-esque touch to the score at this point. As the ship falls out of control, the music continues in erratic attacks as well. But as Osha calms her mind and attempts to connect with the Force, the music falls away into calmness as well. But as any hero's story begins, she's unable to control her powers for now. As the ship jolts though and Pip slides to her, a new theme enters. It comes back several other times throughout this scene as well, and seems to represent Osha's heroism since it returns as she saves the other prisoner, and learns a valuable lesson in the process. It returns again as she straps herself in for a bumpy landing, and once again in Star Wars, a ship plummeting from outer space doesn't break apart on impact. As Soul and Vernesta speak about Osha again, her theme returns once more, this time in the flute as a tender reflection of who Osha truly is. As Osha has a vision and chases the illusion of her sister, playful music plays. It felt a little out of place, but kept the scene from becoming too weighed down in preparation for what came next. As the young May turns around, May's theme, the theme of the assassin, linking the fact that the assassin is Osha's twin sister May, returns again as the two young girls speak.
Yes. I thought you were dead.
There's a tension that hangs in the music through the high drones paired with the low attacks in the brass. It's both harsh and beautiful at the same time. It carries an eeriness to it that Abels has become renowned for. Even as the wind howls, the high drones continue. It does a perfect job of connecting from the anxiety and terror of the chase all the way to the comforting and caring way that Soul speaks to Osha.
Osha.
The final scene sees May meet with her master. We haven't learned much yet, but the music shivers again with tremolos while the low voices move underneath. I'm not sure why he ignites his lightsaber at the end, but okay. The music then leads into the end credits, which for me was the best track of this episode. Abels finally had the chance to let loose and really be himself more with a track that clearly falls more into the horror and thriller line. The track begins with a variation of May's theme. From there, it pivots to calmer music and what I believe to be Osha's theme with a rising perfect fifth and turning melodic steps. but the thriller music returns from there. And I would absolutely love to know what all of you think. What did you think of this show so far? What do you think of the score by Michael Abels? Do you enjoy the way that he's working with the sounds of Williams while adding his own touches? And how do you like the Tuesday night release instead of the Wednesday morning release? At least, that's when it releases for me. Tell me in the comments below what you think, and consider checking out my Patreon page using the link in the description, where you can help support this channel for as little as $1 a month, or download PDFs and MP3s of projects as I complete them, along with other perks at higher tiers. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to learn more about the music of a galaxy far, far away, and as always, may the be with you.